Joining me now from Ankara, our correspondent Jasper Mortimer. Jasper, this ruling coming as a surprise, right?
Certainly, nobody expected an acquittal today. These guys were charged with subversion. There was no evidence of that. But human rights observers believed that the government was pursuing their prosecution in order to punish them and to deter other opponents of the government. I mean, for instance, keeping a good, decent man like Osman Kavala in jail for more than 800 days, there's simply no other reason for it. Some people thought that justice would eventually prevail, but only when these guys appealed to the Constitutional Court, the highest court of appeal in Turkey. Now, today, when a lower court, the first trial court, decided to acquit them, people were left gobsmacked. There had been signals that the government was watching this trial, if not controlling this trial, very carefully. When the first presiding judge indicated that he believed Osman Kavala should be released, he was quickly reassigned. Secondly, when the European Courts of Human Rights in Strasbourg ruled in December that Kavala should be released, the court made excuses not to do so, saying the judgment hadn't been delivered to it, hadn't been translated into Turkish yet, things like that. At the last hearing of this trial on January the 28th, it was revealed that the judges had heard evidence from a state witness without defense lawyers being present. Now, that was a flagrant abuse of court procedures. So, putting all of this together, people did not expect an acquittal from these judges.
Jasper, why was this trial so important for the government that they were prosecuting these people 6 years after the Gezi protests?
Yes, Recep Tayyip Erdogan was then prime minister, and he always claimed that Gezi was not a matter of mass demonstrations, but actually a coup attempt. Kavala was accused of actually paying the protesters to demonstrate. Now, Kavala is a person born to family wealth, but he had the imagination, the belief in Turkey to channel his fortune into cultural organizations that tried to improve relations between Turks and Kurds, Turks and Armenians. And George Soros invested in his cultural organizations. And Erdogan tried to use that against Kavala. He told a crowd that behind Kavala was the Hungarian Jew Soros. Now, the significance of the collapse of the trial today shows that, in fact, there was no conspiracy of rich anti-government protesters instigating mass demonstrations. Gezi, which drew 30,000 people at its height to Taksim Square in Istanbul, was a matter of ordinary people who disliked Erdogan's way of running the country.